Welcome to CSAT LTP, that is Learn Through PYQs. In this series, we will learn the concepts of CSAT through PYQs. And in all these videos, we will learn the concepts starting from basic ones and we will gradually rise up to exam level questions. So let us take a look at the first question, and it is a basic question through which we will learn a basic concept. The question is a plus b into a minus b equals what? Look at the options, and this is a basic algebraic identity. We should all know the answer. A plus b into a minus b, it is a square minus b square. Done? Okay. Next question. 241 into 259 equals question mark, and this is a basic question. How is it a basic question? Because we can use the identity that we just learned to solve this problem. See, 241 into 259, 259, yeah. So can I consider it as 250 minus 9 multiplied with 250 plus 9? Now, is this of the form a plus b into a minus b? So it should be a square minus b square, that is 250 square minus 9 square. Now what is 250 square? 25 square is 625. So this should be 62,500, that is 2x plus zeros. And 9 square is 81. So the value of this expression will be 62,490. So we need not do 3-digit multiplication if we know the identity a square minus b square equals a plus b into a minus b. Let us go to the next question where we will learn another basic concept. Take a look. A raised to m whole raised to n is how much? Look at the options. Again, this is a basic property of exponents and the answer is a raised to mn. Memorize this. A raised to m whole raised to n, or a power m whole power n is a raised to m into n. Okay. Now using this, solve this basic question. 64 square equals 2 raised to 7, 11, 10 or 12. So how we need to answer this question is, 64, it is 2 power 6. You need to memorize the powers of 2 till 10. 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3 until 2 power 10. You need to memorize all of them. So 64, it is 2 power 6. So 64 square, it will be 2 power 6 whole square. So this will be, as per the property of exponents that we learnt, this will be 2 raised to 6 into 2, that is 2 power 12. And which is that option? Option D, that is the correct answer. Okay, again we will go to another question where we will learn another basic concept. If A is increased by p%, the resultant will be what? See, this is a basic property of percentage. If you increase the number A by p%, the number will be, see, if you increase A by p%, p% is nothing but p by 100. If you increase this by p%, the resultant will be A multiplied with 100 plus p divided by 100. This is a basic property of percentage and you need to know this. If you increase any number by some percentage, the resultant will be this number multiplied with this into 100 plus this number, and the denominator will always be 100. For example, if you increase 60 by 37%, this will be 60 into 100 plus 37 divided by 100. Okay. Let us go to the next question where we will learn another basic concept. If A is decreased by p%, the resultant will be dash. In the previous problem, we had increased the number A by p%. In this problem, we will decrease it by p%. So similar to percentage increase, percentage decrease works like this. If you decrease it by p% or p by 100, the resultant will be A multiplied with 100 minus p divided by 100. Since this is decrease, it will be minus p. And in case of increase, it was plus p. Okay. Okay, again, if you want to take an example, if you decrease the number 60 by 37%, the number will be 60 multiplied by 100 minus 37 divided by 100. Okay. Again, we will take a look at one more basic concept before we go to exam level question. If A is increased by p% and the resultant is decreased by q%, then the final resultant will be how much? So see, first let us increase A by p%. So if you increase A by p%, the resultant will be A multiplied with 100 plus p divided by 100. This is the resultant. And we need to decrease this resultant by q%. So let us take this as the number. A into 100 plus p divided by 100. We need to decrease this number by q%. So treat this entire number as a single unit. So this will be A into 100 plus p divided by 100. If we treat this as a single term, this will be decreased by q%. So that will be multiplied by 100 minus q divided by 100. This will be the final result. Now, if you understood all the basic concepts that we just learnt, you are ready to answer one pivot. Now, based on the basic concepts that we learned through previous problems, let us solve this PYQ. Take a look at it. The price P of a commodity is first increased by k%, then decreased by k%, again increased by k%, and again decreased by k%. If the new price is Q, then what is the relation between P and Q? So here we need to increase this price P by how much percentage? So if we increase P by k%, see, in the previous problem, we would increase A by p%, but here we are increasing P by k%. So we will multiply P with 100 plus k divided by 100. And we do not stop there. We need to decrease this by k%. So if you decrease this by k%, now let us treat this as a single unit. If we decrease this by k%, we will get P multiplied with 100 plus k divided by 100 into 100 minus k divided by 100, because we are taking this as a single unit. Similarly, we need to treat this as a single unit and we need to increase it by k%, and again whatever result we get, we need to decrease it again by k%. So I will not write this entire thing. I will directly write the final expression. It would be this much. P multiplied with 100 plus k divided by 100 and then 100 minus k divided by 100, and then when you increase it again, it would be 100 plus k divided by 100, and if you decrease it again, it would be 100 minus k divided by 100. This will be the final value, and they have told us that this equals Q. Now, if we solve this equation, we should get one of these four rations, so that will be our answer. So to solve this, what we can do is, do you see 100 plus k and 100 minus k? Is that of the form a plus b into a minus b? So its resultant would be a square minus b square. So this will be p into 100 square minus k square divided by 100 into 100 is it 100 square. Similarly, these two terms 100 plus k into 100 minus k, that would be 100 square minus k square divided by 100 into 100, that would be 100 square, and that is equal to Q. Now I will continue the calculation here. You have 100 square minus k square and 100 square minus k square. So can I call it as 100 square minus k square whole square, like this? P into 100 square minus k square whole square. divided by 100 square into 100 square. Can I call it as 100 square whole square? Now, if you observe one thing, 100 itself is 10 square. So 100 square, this will be 10 square whole square, and we have learned that this is 10 power 2 into 2, that is 10 power 4. So instead of 100 square, I can write 10 power 4. So so this will be equal to P into 10 power 4 minus K square whole square divided by 10 power 4 whole square equals Q. Again, I can simplify this. So this is 10 power 4 into 2, and 10 power 4 into 2 is 10 power 8. So finally, I will get, if I send this here, P into 10 raised to 4 minus K square whole square equals Q multiplied with 10 power 4 into 2 is 10 power 8. So this is 10 power 8. So this will be the final relation between P and Q. And this matches with option A, and that is our answer. So we learnt 3 basic concepts to solve this question. Based on this, you have this homework question to solve. Again, price M, it is increased by K percentage 3 times and then decreased by, so increased by K square percentage 3 times and decreased by K square percentage 3 times, and the final price happens to be N. What is the relationship between M and N? Do solve this and leave your answers in the comments. We shall discuss this solution in our next video. Thank you. All the best, and most of all, I wish you a very happy studying and happy learning. Thank you.